What's going on, guys? This past weekend, I attended the Duluth, Georgia Regional. It was pretty cool. It's been a little while since I've actually been to a regional, and in general, I'm originally from Ohio and stuff, and so the whole regional and YCS scene and everything is very different, I want to say. Figured I'd make this video to kind of show off some of the cool cards that I picked up at the event and talk about the event as a whole and just my whole experience with going to this event. Anyone who has been subscribed and following the channel for a long time probably remembers I used to make videos like this a long time ago, like probably like 8 to 10 plus years ago. And so it definitely has been a while. Obviously, if you're newer to the channel, since I've started remaking a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content, you probably don't remember these videos at all. And so obviously now you guys know that now this channel is mostly dedicated to H.A.T format, and just in general, it's dedicated to Yu-Gi-Oh! And so I just thought I'd kind of bring back this whole little series that I kind of did anytime I would go to events. A long time ago, like pre-COVID, I used to go to regionals, YCSs, nationals, all that stuff. I used to travel all over the US and stuff to events, not really to play, mostly to just like trade and see friends and stuff like that. And so similarly, this time I just went to go visit some friends, as well as, you know, just try to trade and get more H.A.T format cards for my H.A.T format decks. Obviously, with all the rarity collections and stuff coming out, I've been trying to pick up a lot of QCRs and stuff for the decks. As you guys might have seen, I posted a little while ago saying that I'm getting rid of a lot of my higher end stuff, so I've kind of been getting rid of a lot of the OTS alties and Turbo Pack alties and stuff like that, and kind of like, in quotes, downgrading to QCR, just because now that I have like over 40 or 50 completed H.A.T decks like ready to go, it's just really hard to like keep up with making sure all of them are like really high rarity. Right now I have like stacks of QCRs and stuff on my desk that I haven't had the chance to like go and re-update any of the decks or anything, but over time I'm going to start like just making them all QCR as much as possible. I know not everyone really likes that. Some decks I am going to keep the higher end cards in, other ones I want to have like, you know, original rarity based on the time period. But in general, yeah, so I just wanted to show off what I picked up and again go over the event as a whole. It was like 301 players. Again, I didn't play, but a lot of my friends were playing. A lot of them topped and won the event. So that was pretty cool to, you know, just experience that. And so I figured I'll first show off what I actually picked up and then talk a little bit more about some of the people I met and some of the conversations and stuff like that. Like I said, we'll start off with some of the cool pickups just so you guys have something nice to look at. Obviously, I picked up NAWCQ QCR. By the way, I should mention, I already like re-sleeved a lot of this just so it's ready to go and so it would look nicer for the video. But a lot of this is mostly H.A.T format stuff, as I mentioned. I had like a lot of trades ready to go and I just wanted to move stuff. So it was no lack of, you know, picking things up. What I will say is, it seems like the whole trading scene and stuff has really shifted since post-COVID. Before COVID, I used to come back with like stacks and stacks of cards that I had traded. A lot of times, like I had mentioned, a lot of those OTS alties and Turbo Pack alties, Astral alties, just really high-end stuff. Sometimes I'd pick up prize cards, I'd move prize cards, just misprints. I was really big into collecting misprints and stuff like that. I had some extremely crazy stuff. And in general, though, it feels like post-COVID, not a lot of people really bring trades. So it's like I had plenty of trades to get anything that I had seen at the event. Not to sound like I have a lot, because obviously I had sold off my personal collection before COVID, and it was something I really regretted. And in general, I kind of wish I had kept more of that stuff just because of how expensive it got. Like I used to have, you know, several playsets of Alti Thunder Kings, several playsets of pretty much any card from the OTSs, tournament packs, just all those really high-end sets. I collected, like, for example, Ulti Tragodias. I used to have, like, pages of them. Obviously, this isn't hat format, but just one of the cool pickups that I wanted to get just for some other past formats that I do play. Obviously, things like 2012, like Inzektor Windup, Chaos Dragon format is really popping off right now, and I just enjoy it. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, like, it really felt like the whole trade scene kind of changed. And I talked to a lot of people at the event, and I kind of was just trying to get in their mindset of, like, why do you feel people don't trade as much as they used to? And I think a big part of it that a lot of people somewhat agreed on was simply just the fact that with the release of QCRs and Starlights and all of that, cards have gotten just really expensive. And a lot of people are kind of afraid of bringing a binder with a lot of high-end cards, especially since there's always the risk at these big events for cards to go and get stolen. And people just don't want to run that risk, as well as just the whole vending scene has become sort of toxic. Also, just real quick on this, obviously this is a banned card and nothing to do with hat format. This was part of a trade that someone had wanted some extra DT cycle readers I had, and they didn't really have a whole lot that I wanted. So I just kind of picked this up. I thought it was kind of a cool card to get. And real quick before I get back into what I was saying, this Stardust was really cool. I went through this guy's binder, and everything I had was kind of just like overpriced for what the Stardust is worth. Like, this card right now is only like $5 or $6 on TCG Player, and most of the stuff he was wanting from me was like 15, 20 plus bucks. So he ended up just giving it to me, which was really nice of him. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, no, he was a really cool guy. We had a great conversation about past formats and modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. So shout out to that guy for just giving me this. And I even told him it's going to be in the video. It's going to go in some hat decks and get some good use. So here it is. And I really do appreciate that from him. Also, this was really cool. This was like the last trade I made of the day. It was as I was leaving the venue. Some guy was looking for hat format cards also. And so he just had this in a stack, and so I traded like a lot of my extra stuff that I had that I wasn't using, and so I was able to pick this up. This is a card I actually really wanted in QCR. Not that many hat decks play it, but in general, I thought it was pretty neat and something I had wanted. It's like, $70 or $80 right now, so that was kind of, I guess, one of the bigger pickups from this whole event. But anyways, this was also part of that cycle reader trade. I didn't really see much, but I figured, it's a cool QCR to get. Nothing to do with hat format, again, just trying to find value. But yeah, so like a lot of people just don't want to bring any sort of high-end stuff in terms of trade binders. And with the whole vending scene, when people trade nowadays, it always seems like people are trying to get the one up on someone. So even if a deal is even and stuff, people are always like, hey, can you throw this in? Can you throw this in? And it just kind of becomes more of a like hassle trying to trade a lot of times. And so that was kind of the collective thing that people came to the idea of. And a lot of people brought up that same thing. These are just super Thunder Dragons. For some reason, I really wanted just a set of supers, so finally finding someone who had them was kind of neat for me. But anyways, yeah, so that was like, I guess, the really unfortunate thing is because I really do enjoy trading with people and getting the opportunity to go and interact with people. So it was unfortunate, but I guess kind of how the scene is going. It is what it is. I was able to obviously pick up some nice stuff. All this stuff I'm showing off was really nice. I was glad to get it. These were really cool pickups. Centric Boy, these are for hat format decks. If you guys know, there's a hat deck that plays, or I guess I should say, yeah, it's kind of like a hat deck. It's like a Centric Boy hat. And so they play this because you can synchro with a Moral Tack in hand and go into a Angel of Zera. And when it leaves the field, it gets banished. And so Angel of Zera, when it gets banished, it summons itself. These were really hard to find for me. And so the fact that someone had these was really, really neat. Cool pickup. This was probably one of the highlights for me, honestly. But I do plan to start going to more events again, as I had taken a bit of a break just because of personal reasons and stuff. But yeah, it was pretty cool to just get the opportunity to go and as I mentioned, meet a lot of people. There were so, like, everyone felt very nice. So that was like a positive that for a while, like when I used to go to events, there were always like those negative people there. And it seemed like a lot of people now just really enjoy the game. They enjoy talking. Even the people when I would like ask to see trades and they didn't have anything I wanted, it was usually just like everyone was cool. I'd have a good conversation with them. A lot of people I met had like just all these backstories and stuff to talk about, or just talk about the matchups, talk about how they're doing in the event. It's just a really positive vibe, and it was kind of refreshing, honestly. And I know there's like some more regionals and stuff coming up before Nats, so it will be pretty cool to go to those, and I'll probably make another video like this, depending, obviously, if I pick up a lot of stuff. Hopefully, I'll have more cool stuff to pick up. Like I said, just a lot of random stuff. And I met people who had seen the videos and stuff like that. I had also met some other content creators and stuff who do everything from like YouTube to TikTok to like Facebook Reels and stuff like that. So if anyone who, I met throughout that is watching this video, it was, great to meet you guys. And I'll show off in a second in the binder. There was something kind of cool that I did. I had taken like just a little sticky note before I left to go to the event, I should say. And I just like kind of wrote my YouTube channel on it and I slid it in the front page of my binder. And so as soon as I would like go to like give trades, people would open the binder and they'd see that little sticky note. And so many people, I probably had like 10 or 15 people just say like, oh, here, like, let me subscribe to your channel. And so I did get some more subscribers off of that, and a lot of people just really enjoy, YugiTube stuff. So I thought that was really neat and really cool, because a lot of people, I also wrote like, that my channel is about hat format and stuff. And so people liked the idea of that. Like, people didn't realize that hat format was a retro format that people really go and still play. Most people know like Edison and Goat and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that was it for like the main pickups that I thought I'd show off. So like a lot of people didn't realize that. So when I had my binder here, so like when you open it up, here it said like YouTube, and it had my YouTube, and then I said for all things hat format and daily uploads. So a lot of people would stop and like take a picture of this, and then they would like get on their phone and add the YouTube. I added a bunch of people on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, who wanted some other cards for me that I didn't bring to the event or anything like that. So this was actually really helpful, and some people actually, they were like, oh, you sound really familiar. And then like they'd open up the binder and they'd see this and they'd be like, oh, I've seen your videos. Or like, oh, like my friends have watched your videos, they've subscribed, and they're like, oh, I recognize your voice, but I didn't really realize. So that was like a really cool thing too. And like I said, just everyone was so nice. Lots of content creator people were there. Some I knew, some I didn't know. I had a lot of chances to talk with them, maybe even collab with some of them in the future. We talked about it. I had met Luke from Goo Gaming. He gave me this cool sticker. My friend had played him in, I forget what round it was, like maybe round 7 or 8. He was really cool. Goo Gaming, obviously, is a team that has a lot of really good pro players and stuff for modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And they have a YouTube channel as well. Really like this sticker. It's pretty funny and stuff. But he was super cool. We talked about past formats a lot throughout the day and stuff like that. And yeah, no, he was just also helping me with some of the technical stuff, because obviously if you've watched these videos, I've mentioned in the past that I'm not really the most technical savvy person. There was, just a lot of other people. They had like Edison side events and some Goat side events, as well as like the Winnamats and stuff like that. And I didn't bring Edison decks. Usually when I go to these events, I will bring like somewhere between like 4 and 6 hat decks. and just play casual games with people and stuff. And a couple people had hat decks, but we didn't really have the chance to play simply because they were in like the main event or something like that. So it was a little unfortunate, but definitely got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of people that, again, were just like starting to get back into like retro formats, so that was nice, and some other people that showed a lot of interest in hat format. Very different scene in general in terms of trades and just the community, how they are nowadays. So again, trades weren't really there, unfortunately, but definitely some cool pickups regardless. Community was great, the event was great, and I really am looking forward to the next time I get the chance to go to one, which again should hopefully be pretty soon. And if you guys enjoyed these types of videos, definitely let me know in the comment section. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and anyways guys, I will see you in the next video.